Time at this point feels like a concept, only a number.
Hi. For the next week, I'm going to be eating, sleeping, working, and playing in virtual reality. Starting now.
So you may have heard about virtual reality. It sort of looks like a giant toaster strapped to your head right now, but I truly believe this technology will change everything about the way we operate. So I'm inquiring if one can remain healthy, make new friends, be productive, and have fun in the Matrix. Here's how I'll be doing it. I'll shower like this, work like this, exercise like this, and sleep like this. Virtual reality is like standing in your living room and going to a new place. Pass-through is being in virtual reality but seeing a low-quality image of your room. I can take 5 seconds to switch headsets. I've also blacked out all my windows so I can't see day or night pass. This is quite possibly the dumbest thing I've ever done, but welcome to a week in the future. Day one has been trying to get used to my new schedule in virtual reality. Even the simple act of grabbing my coffee on the desk is a little bit difficult.
Oh, shoot, dang it. Just spilled coffee.
And after keeping it under wraps for many weeks, I finally announced my experiment. And it was received with criticism and encouragement. And having a 24/7 live stream, I'm not used to having eyes on me all the time. But what I found was solitude, specifically in the African savannah.
This headset allows anyone to create their own environment. If one is feeling stressed, they can load into a natural environment for 10 minutes and relax. If one is feeling energetic, they can expel energy in a fitness game. These are like the new rules to this reality I've thrown myself in. Everything is in the headset. So sleeping last night was actually a lot more comfortable than I thought it would be. I loaded up a Netflix app in the Oculus Go and I could basically create a virtual theater as I drifted off to sleep. And now I'm pretty much just continuing what I normally do, working out, then eating breakfast and going to work.
I think we just hit the 20-hour mark. KG Gamer 64 says, "Love what you're doing here, but don't you think the challenge would be more effective if you couldn't see the real world?" In the future, I believe virtual and augmented reality will be one and the same. Like, you'll have a pair of very compact glasses, like Orby Parker glasses, and you'll just be able to double tap and go into virtual reality, and you'll be able to double tap and overlay augmented reality onto your reality. So what I'm attempting to do here is just kind of simulate what I believe the future of VR and AR will be.
So today I'm attempting to be a little more social. I'm jumping into an app called Altspace, which is like a social media platform in VR. So people can create events for basically anything. There's movie screenings, concerts, and one that piques my interest is a meditation circle that happens every Thursday and Monday.
So my name is Jeremy, and I'm in Boulder, Colorado.
Hey, right on. My name's Jack. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, I'm Phil from Germany.
My name is Gene and I'm from Massachusetts.
Gabby, I'm from Canandaigua, New York.
So let's begin by just slowly closing our eyes and taking 3 deep breaths. I instruct to take your breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. I want you to picture that you're floating safely above the Earth at about the distance of the International Space Station, and you can see Earth floating down below you.
Thought the Earth was flat.
Please keep yourself muted, or we're gonna have to move you out. Notice how fragile it looks. Notice that you can't see any borders
people that are across the world. I mean, this technology gives someone the chance to take a break from work for 15 minutes or join a party and watch a SpaceX launch, which is what I did today.
Oh yeah. 3, 2, look at that.
That's cool.
It's like we're living in the 50s.
Another one. Sorry, kid.
So I almost feel like I'm in my own 500 square foot spaceship. And I'm really missing Earth. I'm missing nature. And now I want to explore where I can go in this spaceship. So some friends of mine are showing me some different worlds in a game called VR Chat. 1 minute you can be flying across space, and the next you can be talking about the implications of technology while driving through a train.
The biggest concerns I have for the future of VR are the implications of privacy and connection. If every single movement of yours can be quantified and tracked and recorded for research, for marketing, whatever, obviously there are people who get really paranoid about this. I just come at it from the perspective of, any new technology will inevitably be abused by special interests.
In terms of body, like physical, I'm feeling fine. I was worried about my eyes yesterday because I was feeling a slight burning. But after last night and sleeping, there's no burning anymore, which is nice.
So the monotony is kind of getting to me. I've been driving a train for the past few hours. There's also a movie screening tonight, which should be fun.
Just done.
Right.
Time at this point feels like a concept, only a number. Not seeing the sun set or rise. I've taken to games like Skyrim to experience the night. Also, my virtual fish needs food.
I had a restful sleep last night and woke up much later today, but I pulled out a small rowing machine, loaded up a beach environment, and rowed my thoughts away. I then calmed my mind in the hills of China and jumped into a virtual office to answer emails while the sun rose above the horizon.
The ability for VR to have the user at one point battling a dragon, then at the next experiencing a simulation of blindness.
Sitting in the park with the children, I hear the footsteps of people walking past me, a panorama of music and information.
VR is stepping into the shoes of someone else or driving a spaceship and talking with friends.
How did you pay for the incense? Was it with change, or would you say incense?
So there are these two developers in California that have created a robot that lives in their living room.
That is so cool.
You can buy Gonzo treats, but it costs $5, so it's a lot. But it's for his health and safety.
This is the most meta thing I've ever experienced. I'm experiencing frequent deja vus. It's essentially like I've momentary recognition, momentary points where I feel like I've done here before. It's all very strange. It's all very jumbled together.
Alex is using HoloLens too. He has access to a wide range.
I found it's very easy to find your tribe, to make friends, to communicate with others through the virtual landscape. Or it's no longer through a digital window, no longer through a screen or a phone, but actually being there with them. And that to me is what VR is. Connection.
Sorry, that's not hurt your
dream in virtual reality. I go through storylines and see VR menus and situations. I then wake up still inside the headset. It's a very strange experience.
And what's really interesting about VR to me is that this is a completely new medium for expression. You know, before we would have a canvas and we could have amazing painters, Picasso, Dali, but now we have amazing artists that are now able to paint their dreams, paint their ideas into a 3D world.
But hold up. Before one can create, they must get inspiration. And being in a headset, being bound to the digital, I have found no inspiration to create. So I'm going home to Mother Earth.
Google Earth VR is one of the most amazing experiences in virtual reality. And short of actually smelling the air around me, I felt like I was standing outside. Imagine how much more compelling learning will be when we have tools like this for students across the world.
The future is bright.
You lose the ability to show people exactly what you want them to see, but you allow them to be within the world. And that's really different than any other medium that we've had before. It is a medium of human experience.
You can't be dead because I love you.
You ready for this? Let's get up, kid. Get some training.
This morning I trained with the Italian Stallion. Boxed for the championship title. And won.
Slow down the mind a little.
I feel I've successfully used this technology as an addition rather than an escape from my life.
And I want to learn about the future of creative technology with the next generation. So I'm calling up a teacher here in Georgia.
I think what's interesting about game design is that it's a computer science class. For me, my focus, I really do want it to be on the creation side and the artistic pieces, because making games and making VR, it's not just about the hard code. Like, there's so many skills that are involved, things that they actually want to do and spend time on. So we'll see.
Yeah, okay, let me record it to you.
Hello viewers! Welcome to the VR Girl and Paddle Show!
He's not the first, he's not going to be the last.
Maybe when he takes up, he doesn't have eyeballs anymore because they're older.
I am ready to get out of this headset. For the last 8 hours, I'm jumping in one of the most boring VR games.
Desert Bus. 360 miles from Tucson, Arizona to Las Vegas, Nevada. 45 miles per hour maximum speed. It takes 8 hours to drive it if you do it right. And there's a little bit of a pull to the right. It's not glamorous, it's not pretty, it's not exciting. It's real.
Better hate than love.
Oh no, it crashed. Please tell me you're kidding. No, I'm not kidding.
It's about the journey, not the destination.
Virtual reality is a way to escape. Virtual reality is a tool for no.
graphics are so good.
Slight dizziness, slight disorientation. It's like my eyes are trying to catch up with 60 FPS or 90 FPS, whatever FPS real life is. I have never appreciated the smell of outside air so much. One thing we cannot replicate is nature. We can do it visually and auditorily, but there's something about the energy of outside that is amazing.
Seeing people outside, people almost seem like NPCs. Or not even that, people almost seem like multiplayer characters. I'm viewing people differently, like as individuals in one collection, one environment, as avatars. Obviously they're not, they're people, but that's what it feels like.